What's up, you guys? How have you been? How is your week? How are you doing in this life? I'm just wondering, really, how have you been? How has your life been? How has your week been? How are you trying to keep up in these corona times? What are the things that you're doing that are making you sin? But before we get right there, can you tell me, how has your week been? And thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for coming through to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're part of Gangang, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? You're missing out on amazing content. I mean, isn't that the reason why you're watching this? Anyway, thank you so much for being here. So welcome or welcome back to my channel. So I was asking how you have been. I truly don't know how you're doing, and my prayer is that you're okay, you're doing well, you're trying to keep up with everything that is happening. And it's so important for you to remain sane, for you to remain kind, for you to remain in good health and in perfect health. Okay, so you see my tongue moving? It's because I have a sweet in my mouth. Don't wonder what's happening. Yeah, so today we're doing a mental health check, and I'm just wondering, how really are you doing? Please be sure please be sure to leave me a comment. Tell me how you're really doing, because I really care about you, and I'm not asking this for the sake of it. I'm asking this because I truly care about you, and I want you to tell me how you've been. So in regards to that I'm gonna tell you how I have been. So really, how have I been? So this video is like a mental health check, so that we can check ourselves, we can ask ourselves candid questions. How are we really doing? Diana, how are you doing? Number one, if I can look at it in different aspects and facets of my life, career-wise, Diana, you're sort of struggling. I'm struggling. Why? Because I had been away for quite some time, and now I am trying to keep up. You know, with sales, if you have not been in communication or starting up new conversations, it becomes a problem for you to get a sale, because there's really nothing to talk about, and there's no activity to match up the sales. You know what I mean? Someone said, I was in one of the online webinars, and someone said, activity is the holy grail of selling. So I am a salesperson. I sell insurance, to be clear, and I have not been active. I have not been in activity for like a month and a half, close to 2 months, and that is biting my ass so bad, and it's such a shame. But you know, life happens and you have to do what you have to do. But career-wise, as Diana, I'm really struggling, and I would say that I'm done struggling per se. Now I'm trying to keep up, because last week was the previous week, the first week of August, was a little shaky, but getting back on track has been amazing. Fast forward to last week was trash. Like, I was in my period. I had a hard time trying to cope up with my meetings. It was crazy. Like, what happens? Girls, I want you to answer me. When as you grow older, your periods become difficult to handle. Like, as in, it was so different. For a minute, I felt like I was pregnant. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, story for another day. Sorry for the boys in here, but as we grow old, man, oh man, it's just so difficult to keep up with this period, especially if you experience cramps. They're trash. Anyway, sorry. So I was saying, career-wise, Diana is trying to strike a balance. And previously, I was beating, I think, was it last week, but one on Friday. We usually hold branch meetings, and I was thinking to myself, hey, Diana, someone can afford to sell such and such an amount. Kwani wewe ni nani? You're not even able to even sell like a kidogo sale for an X amount. So I was beating myself down a lot, and I was feeling like I am not doing what I'm supposed to do. I was feeling like I am being trashed. I am not useful in the company in one way or the other. I was feeling so useless. Have you ever felt so useless? Paka, you're wondering, my God, what is wrong with me? And maybe I don't even deserve to be in this job or at this office and such and such. And then you start doubting yourself. So that's where I was last week, part 1, career-wise. That's why I'm telling you I'm trying to find balance after such a long break. So I was not in a good place because I was beating myself down for the times that I have not been able to go to the field and work hard as everyone else has been, and I felt like I was starting to become useless to the company. But I sat down with one of my colleagues. Actually, there were 2 of them, so we were just discussing, and then they were like, but you're barely 6 months in the job, so you need to be easy on yourself. Because Diana can be so hard on herself. Like, I feel so bad for not achieving the things I said I would achieve. Like, I beat myself down a lot. Me, I'm the kind of person who would starve lunch and say I'm not gonna eat because I wasn't able to achieve X goal or Z goal. You know, like, it's crazy. But now I'm learning to be easy on myself, you know, so that even mentally I'm okay and ready for whatever else is gonna be thrown my way, you know. And this life it's not easy. Each day there's a challenge you have to face. There are things that you have to get by. There's a mountain that you need to flatten to get over to the valleys and such and such. So career-wise, I would say I'm trying to balance. I'm finding my balance because I'm not the same. I'm not in the same place I was last week. So I'm trying to find my balance, and I'm working hard so that I get to the goals that I want to achieve. Thanks to Eat That Frog. Have you read that book, by the way? It's very important. Like, it's a very good book for personal development. It helps you with goal setting. It helps you with you know, just trying to figure out how you're gonna demystify these big goals and turn them into small chunks that are going to help you achieve the main goal. You should read that book. It's called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Okay, so that's Diana, career-wise. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I feel like there's someone out there who's beating themselves down. They feel like they're amounting to nothing. They haven't been as productive as they should have, and you're seeking some form of motivation. I want to encourage you and tell you, it's not the end of the world, okay? And guess what? If you live a day at a time, you will be able to rise above it. You know, just like Brian Tracy says, like, you need to cut your goals into small. You start with a master list. The master list is the end goal. Like, I want to buy a car by such and such time. I want to get a house by such and such a time. I want to be the best salesperson by such and such a time. So that's the master list. So you turn this into a daily routine that helps you achieve towards the goal. And that's why I'm asking you to live day by day, because you don't wake up and become grand, you know, or do this grandiose kind of thing. You know, you don't wake up and become that person. So it's very important for you to take a day at a time. Okay, so I'm telling you this as I say that to myself, because I'm a victim of putting myself down. Not really putting myself down, beating myself up for not achieving the thing that I said I was gonna achieve at such and such a time. Okay, so mentally I am trying to strike a balance career-wise. Emotionally, I could never be better. Like, this is the one thing I am thriving, you guys. This is the one thing that I am really thriving in. I am emotionally stable. I am aware, like my therapist calls it, living in conscious. Like, I'm living in conscious. I'm enjoying my life here on earth. I'm trying to live my best life. My friends will tell you. I'm trying to live my best life. I'm doing the most. Like, I'm making the most out of life. So mentally, like, emotionally, Diana is really okay. And that is one thing I'm grateful for. Like, even though I'm trying to struggle, even though I'm struggling career-wise, which is not really struggling. I wouldn't call it struggling, because it's those other days that I was struggling. Right now, I'm trying to find a balance. I am grateful that I am emotional. Okay. I am emotionally stable. I am grateful that I'm emotional. I am grateful that I'm emotionally stable. You know, I'm able to look at something and be like, oh, I'm able to separate my emotions. I'm able to know when to get mad and when not to get mad. I'm able to be grateful for the times and the things that I have, and even for life itself. Me, I want to have this spirit of larger than life. I want to be this person who is full of life, who lives larger, like a larger than life kind of mentality. You know, that's where I want to get. So emotionally, I'm stable, and that's something that I'm really grateful for, because these days I don't cry as much as I used to in the previous times. These days I'm more aware of how I am feeling. If I'm not excited about something, I would just express myself and such and such. So emotionally I am really stable, and I'm grateful to God. Spiritually, here comes another struggle. Spiritually, how are you feeling spiritually? I would say spiritually, now this is why I can actually confidently say I am struggling. You remember in my previous video, the one I was talking about, I was updating you about me breaking off the engagement and things in such and such a thing. I have been struggling spiritually, and I am a Christian. I am really a Christian, and I love God. I wouldn't be here had it not been for God, you know. And spiritually, I'm struggling, by the way. I have not been reading my Bible the way I'm supposed to. I have not been doing my fellowships the way I'm supposed to. Matter of fact, I don't even go to BS anymore. Today I went to church in a month, you know. I have been struggling spiritually. I won't lie. I have been struggling. But does this put me in a box and tells me like you're paralyzed spiritually and you cannot outgrow that part? No, that's not the thing. So the beauty with our maker is that, I think water is coming. It had gotten lost, so I can hear some shouting. Anyway, I think with our maker, he loves us such that, you remember the other time I was telling you that nothing can separate you from the love of God. I am encouraged to know that my maker is not human, because I was thinking the other time, like, had God been human, I wouldn't be alive, because, you know, the streets are filled with evil people and such. But I just want to say that I'm struggling spiritually, and I am trying to get on track. I want to read my chapters the way I used to read them. I want to get to the book of Galatians, understand everything that is happening in that book and the things that God is speaking to me through it. I want to get to that place whereby I am enjoying being a spiritual being. And you know, sometimes some things you see, like, if you connect with God really well, he shows you things that are bound to happen in future. Like, he's so good in that if you continue building your relationship with him, you become a better person, you become a great person. And I want to go back to that first place. You know, today's verse of the day was, we love because he first loved us. And that first love is what I want to get back to. So spiritually, I'm really struggling, and it's not to mean it's the end of the world, because God still loves me, and he doesn't hate me for me not reading the Bible every day like I would have imagined, or he would have imagined. And besides, I was going through something. I'm not trying to justify myself. I'm just trying to explain why I have not been spiritually okay. But I'm hoping that at least I am trying to get back to reading the Bible. I picked up my Bible last week at least. Today I even picked it up because I went to church. Oh, and I went to church after a long time, after like 4 weeks. That's a long time for someone who's a church goer, you know. I really love, for someone who is born again, it's such a long time to not go to church. But anyway, I'm grateful that I can even sit here and not feel like it's the end of the world for me because I have not been reading the Bible the way I'm supposed to be reading. And God's love has continued to be amazing. His love has continued to be great, as in by the way, Mimi, I think had it not been for God's love, I wouldn't be here. I won't lie to you, because anyway, kama ni humans wangekuwa wananipenda mimi, I don't know where I would have been. So spiritually, Diana is struggling. And then let's go to the last one. Boom, 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 boom. Physically, we talked about emotionally, we talked about emotionally, spiritually, and now we're going to talk about the physical part. So the physical part, how do I feel? Am I okay physically? Yes, I'm okay. I mean, I'm in perfect health. I'm in good health. I'm healthy. My skin is popping. My lips are looking nice. My eyes are seeing nicely. My fingers can work correctly, and I'm grateful for all that. So physically, I'm doing okay. I would like to get to a certain level of physique. I need to start jogging now because I've been slacking behind, y'all. I'm out here panting so hard because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do physically, exercise and such. So I want to start running. Who's gonna join me in the running? Like, I love running, but sometimes, because with the cold in Nairobi, it's discouraged me from running in the morning. Where I'm wondering, we're going to get fat, because when it's cold you eat a lot. I don't know if you guys know that when it's cold mtu anakulanga sana. Sasa sijui kama ni body inatakanga more heat ama what's the biology behind it. Ebu mtu atuambie, ebu to educate hapa, tuambie what the biology behind eating a lot during cold seasons is. So physically, Diana wants to get better, to get a little more nicer cows. Yes, I have cows, but there are those cows that are in certain places that I don't like, and I could do better physically. So that's where I am, by the way. That's where I am. And if I'm grateful for one thing, is that I'm emotionally stable, because now that will help me to navigate through the other facets of my life. So my question goes to you now. How are you really doing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically? Ebonyambe, how are you doing? How are you doing spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically? How are you doing? Make sure you tell me. And mentally, how am I doing? I think I'm sane. Not I think I'm sane. I am sane. I'm sane now. And I thank God. It's been quite a journey. It's been quite a process. I didn't wake up and become this stable in my life. No. I had those times I was a little shaky and such. But I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for how I am right now. So my question goes to you again. How are you really feeling mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? How are you feeling? Please be sure to leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel, because I really care. I truly care, to be honest. I truly care. And if you need someone to talk to, I am here. You can always talk to me. Let's chat in the comments. Slide into my DMs. Maybe my account, my Instagram name is Diane Jerry. Diane_NJERY. Diane Jerry. Okay? Yeah, so use that handle. Holla at your girl. I have amazing things to share with you if you'd like to talk about anything and everything. I mean, I've gone through the most things in life, so don't feel like, maybe I won't relate to whatever you're going through, but I have an ear and I will listen to you. I promise. Okay? Thank you so much for being here once again. If it's your first time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. If you are part of the gang, please, babes, please, bro, please, sis, keep at it. You're doing well. I'm proud of you. Thank you so much. Also, don't forget, you're the best thing that could have happened to anyone around you. Don't downplay that. Don't ever think that you will amount to nothing. Don't ever. Just know that you're doing the best that you can, and you're exactly where God wants you to be. Okay? Great. So that's it and done. Enjoy yourself. Have an amazing week. See you next week. I love you. I appreciate you. So we'll be uploading content every Wednesday. I can promise you that for sure. For she's okay. See you guys. I love you so much. Adios, amigos. Mwah. Bye.